All right. So no live. Man, I just want to be hostile right at the start, but I'm not going to be too hostile. So um, I wanted to publish it, and reiterate something that I said many months ago. Say quite often. A lot of times nowadays, you guys will hear me say something like, "Do what you want to do. Don't take my advice. I don't know what I'm talking about. Go see for yourself, and I don't care." Right? Okay. So today and yesterday, not even in a live chat, but pretty much through Instagram, which I've since, and that's something else that I need to make everybody aware of. But Instagram DM, and actually email DM, which for the most part, like, I didn't have a problem with. You know, if like comments, constructive criticism, negative criticism, it doesn't matter. I kind of look at it all the same. I'll always look at it constructively if that's how I feel like the message is being conveyed. If it's being conveyed in a constructive way, that's how I take it. Even if it's slightly negative, which I've had a couple, I've still tried to. I don't want to say use a word spin, because that's fantasize about now, but just basically I'll try to make the negative into a positive, right? Long and the short. However, I guess that there are some people that are accustomed to certain types of speculator live streams, and what the, I guess you could say, the expected delivery or the setup or the production, whatever. Like, there's a certain type of live stream that people are accustomed to seeing. And maybe I don't fit that criteria. Maybe I don't fit the mode. And it's not about, hey, I just want to be different for the sake of being different. I literally, so my thing has always been from the outset, like, I want to be able to share, and then I've said this, so it's not like I'm rebranding or anything like that. I've always said, this month is 6 years that I've been in a trading space, in the speculation space, trying to understand, trying to redefine, trying to, basically reach that independent level of finance and life and all of that, right? And I've always said, this is my journey. This is the way that I go about things. And if what I've gone through and what I've learned over this period of time, I can convey to somebody else, which is why I do these types of videos. I'll put a camera on, and then I'll talk to you guys. So if I can maybe reach that person that was like me, that one came in, didn't have a clue, didn't know what the hell was going on, maybe got misled, maybe spent money in a course, in signal groups or whatever it was, learning whatever kind of hocus pocus magic, it's going to go stop loss. Like, whatever, whoever that is, if I could help based on just sharing experiences, and then sharing maybe what works, what I find relative success, or can make mechanical, whatever it is, that's what I'm here to do. That is in conjunction with me, not just trading, but even, as you could see here on the screen, like how I mark up my charts. If somebody says, and I've had it said, I say it, like, damn, you got a lot of shit on your charts. Okay. Duly noted. But if and I'm not calling anybody out, because it's the same thing, which is why I say I'm not speaking on anybody else's live or what they go on. The more cleaner you can make your charts, the better. I will agree with that. However, when people have got everything from volume profile to like 9 different EMAs to a stochastic to random indicators thrown on, like, it's a hodgepodge of hot shit going on a lot of other people's streams and charts. However, it might not be hot steaming shit to them. It might be, hey, I know exactly what I'm looking at. I can look through the Ichimoku cloud and see exactly where I'm supposed to be. Like, if that works for them, it works for them, right? So when I put on the type of music that is not copyright sensitive on YouTube, and I enjoy that, and I live stream, and I don't want to use my camera, and I kind of just want to go through price, and I want to annotate, and as I'm annotating or as I'm live journaling in the chat as to what I'm looking for, what I'm looking to see happen, whatever, absolutely. If somebody wants to interact, which I had yesterday, Jalen, if you're watching and tuning in, shout out to you. I appreciate you for hanging out. Some good questions. Missed you today. I've got a couple of other people. Travis, if you're out there, cool dude. We talk a lot, whether it's in like a Discord or email or actual chat. Like, cool people that have their own perspective, do their own thing. But when I get somebody that says, hey, what you're looking at is wrong and you should be doing, like, I'm gonna coin a phrase from from a woman I met before, like when I was in the Navy. It was something that was said then and it still resonates now. I'm just gonna say it this way. I'm Jesse James. I'm robbing this fucking train. Like me. Like this is the way that I'm going to navigate and continue to develop. Because at the end of the day, the streams, the more interactive they are, obviously, yeah, I love that. That's great. The more interactive, the better. However, if there's no interaction and you're just hanging out, chilling, watching, perfectly fine. But this is ultimately my journey, which I've always said. And I would encourage anybody, if you want to come along, come on, no problem. If you feel like, hey, I should be looking at something else, there's a way in which you can suggest and say, hey, I noticed you're looking at X, maybe Y. This is what Y is doing. I already have my trading plan. I already have a routine. I already have things that I specifically look for. And then within those defined parameters, if something else comes up that I see that I need to make myself a note of or want to be aware of in the future, then I'll annotate that in my own way on the chart. Don't come in my DMs. Don't email me and tell me something about you don't know what you're doing, that whatever this thing is that you're doing is like, that's absolute, crap. Actually said, what I'm doing, not successful. You can't possibly be successful. You can't. Okay. That's your opinion. But, I don't want to turn this into a full blown, like, I'm already at 8 minutes. I was about to say, I want to turn it into a 10-minute rant, but I felt like I was compelled to come on and say, listen, come in. You could share the experience. I'm always open to constructive feedback. And if it's negative, just be respectful about it. I'm not going to go on to anybody else's channel and drop in the comments, your content is dog shit. Guess what? Click off. I might not be for you. and that's fine. There are so many people in this space that either don't get their due, don't get views, don't, and then there are others that promote certain things, albeit right or wrong. That's not for me to determine. That's for, like, even with my stuff, it's for you, the viewer, to determine whether or not it aligns with your principles, your fundamentals, your strategy, your ideas of risk management, etc., etc. If it aligns with what you do, then absolutely consider subscribing. Like the video, give me feedback, leave feedback. I don't mind it. I don't run from it. People keep asking me, and I think they're bots at this point, because I've started doing the crypto streams on Saturday. And I think that it's some way, because that's when it started. And I did that, like 2 weeks ago or so. And that's when I started getting the whole, hey, how do you get from Ox whatever to Binance? And I answered them the first couple of times. If I see another one, then I'm just going to say, okay, that's like a bot. But by and large, like, align with who you're going to align with. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I might not be for you. And I'm okay with that. Just like there are a lot of people that my philosophy and ideas don't align with. And guess what? I don't shit on them. I just don't participate. So if you don't want to participate, that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. It's not about a race to the top. I don't give a shit about popularity. I don't care about any of that. None of it. It's at the end of the day, it's a video journal. It's a course, it's a process, and it's a, if I went on this hill, great. But if I die on a fucking hill, guess what? That's okay too. That's all right, because nobody's gonna come and say, "Here lies the guy that tried," and I could give 5 fucks. I don't care. I don't care. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, there should be some understanding that I know everybody's be like, "God damn, I do say he don't give a shit." Oh well, yes, we had to go find somebody else to watch, somebody else. So yeah, I mean, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. So, anywho's, moving on, and this will be, I think, relatively quick. Should be relatively quick. Over and around my head. Actually, let me go back to one because I still got the split screen up, and we don't need a split screen. There we go. All right, head out the way. Head out the way. Good day overall today. Good day. So apparently settlement, yeah, it's after 6. So I'll show you performance in this account. Hopefully you could see that. A total of 5 positions, and then it's not all 5 today. So I believe 1 or 2 of these I actually took overnight. I'm trying to see. Yeah, so we had a couple last night at the 6 p.m. open, so the Globex open, and then the big one was actually today or this morning. And this one, the combine, I actually took another one after the live, which was a portion of one. And that's another thing too. Well, I'll save that because I don't know exactly how I want to share that or talk about that, but that, yeah, let me think about that one, and then we'll revisit how I share that. But essentially, you're looking at today's initial balance buy and sell side still intact because of non-farm payroll today. There was the massive rundown, but between the 2 horizontal blue rays and then you have this one red. So this is November the 21st that we came back into. So again, not super ridiculous in terms of what the expectation is come Sunday Globex and going into Monday. I'll go out to the weekly here or weekly and then the daily in a minute. But long and the short, we're sitting in the middle of that right now. So because we've already revisited the buy side and you have a level up here, the expectation is to clear the shorts, clear the sell side, which also means we're going to tap into this previous 6 a.m. 4 hour, which is down. It's down here. So don't know exactly how, but in the near term, basically the sell side after November the 21st cleared. And then it just depends on what the mitigation is from here. If we come back up to clear through and do the same thing for this level, not really sure. So the only thing I could see right now is maybe a retracement up to fair value here, maybe at open on Sunday, and then a further distribution, only because we're sitting, like I said, in the middle of the range here. So I'm not going to say it like it's super simple and clear. It just depends on how and where we open, what the open looks like, if there's movement, because there is almost zero economic news next week. So you could just consider everything running on essentially quote unquote fumes and until essentially February, which is ultimately why a lot of people, when they knock off in December, they don't come back until February. So if you're looking at mini or micro, like next week might be a good week. I actually go back into my JOB status early in the day, but I'll still be able, hopefully, to get back by at least like 10:30. So I'll still have the back half of the open, and then potentially a little bit of the PM session, which might, I don't know, depending on the back testing I'm doing on that might actually work out extremely well. So we'll just have to see. So before I clear the annotation, you could kind of see where my expectation and my bias short is. So let's lock these. I'll take that off. And then just to kind of show the weekly profile, I don't even have to go to the weekly candle. So the weekly profile is kind of self-explanatory. Monday basically put in the high of the week. We thought potentially Wednesday was going to be a reversal or the low of the week, but Thursday was a close inside. We basically cleared Thursday high, or quote unquote souped the high, and then cleared out not only last Friday's sell side, we cleared out last Thursday's sell side. But here's the interesting thing, which may point to some level of interest. And I know that when I'm on, we look at this fractally on like a 5 or a 15 minute, like I always go the other way because it's fractal in nature. I'm always looking at obviously going up before coming down before coming up. It's worth noting that even though we cleared last Thursday's sell side, candle closure is inside. Typically within the same week, I would look at this and say, okay, that's a soup. And then that's maybe the sign to buy. Like you're looking to basically see bullish price going long. However, in this instance, I'm going to look at it and treat it within the weekly profile perspective, which is we've closed below Thursday. We've expanded lower. And because we've expanded lower, I'm actually just going to continue to look left. So I can put these annotations back on, and if I look left, the blue again is the 4 hour, but if you look at it from a daily perspective, you can see that we've closed inside. So I'm not looking at it from a soup perspective within the same week. I'm looking at it now from just a specific candle range, saying we should probably attack that sell side, and then ultimately again, if we clear this, we should clear this as well. So there's not just the randomness that it appears to some people when they're watching what I'm doing, but there's a little bit of a method to the madness. And just like everybody else, I like to say I'm wrong a whole hell of a lot, and then I'm right sometimes. So somebody let me know if you run across somebody that's right all the time, and yeah, I'll seek audience and counsel and mentorship from them. So you have to forgive my sarcasm, but actually don't forgive the sarcasm. I can't help that. But yeah, that's going to be it. So anybody got any kind of comments, anything, let me know below. And tomorrow is probably at some point, don't know when, we'll probably either look at, as we have been, Bitcoin or Ethereum, one if not both, and see what they're doing. So that's it. See y'all.